Season 2 of the Northern Michigan Wildcats Dynasty is over as the Wildcats finish season number 2, 5-7 without a bowl bid. Let's go over some of the records throughout the country this year. Clemson finishes their year undefeated. Their regular season, that is. Miami goes 10-2 in the ACC Coastal. The American Conference, ECU, on top of that conference at 11-1 with only one loss. And it came in conference. Oklahoma goes 11-1 in the Big 12. They go 8-1. So Oklahoma, a top dog. Michigan also undefeated. They will take on Clemson in the national championship game. Maryland has a very good year at 11-1. Northwestern wins the Big 10 West at 9-4 total. In the Conference USA East, it is Old Dominion at 8-4, 6-3 in conference. And in Conference USA West, it is UAB who ends the season ranked 11-2 with an 8-1 conference record. Army, Notre Dame, and BYU, the lone independents. BYU, the only under 500 team in our MAC conference. Miami, Ohio wins the East Side at 10-3, 6-3 in conference. Look at NMU. 5-3 in conference, actually finishing middle of the pack in the conference, but not getting themselves a bowl bid, unfortunately. Mountain West, in the mountain side of things, Air Force at 8-4, and Fresno State on the west side at 9-4, 7-2 in conference, winning their respective divisions. Pac-12 North is won by the Washington Huskies at 9-3, USC winning the Pac-12 South at 9-4. In the SEC, it is Georgia, 9-4, 7-3 in conference. And in the SEC West, as you might imagine, it is Alabama at 12-1, 9-1 in the conference. Sun Belt Conference, Western Kentucky doing really well out there, 9-3, 7-2 in the conference to take the Sun Belt this season. Coastal Carolina on the bottom. Travion Henderson ends up winning the Heisman Trophy, the junior running back out of Ohio State. So good for him. That's two straight running backs winning the Heisman in this dynasty. DJ Ugalele, first team All-NCAA. Did we have anybody in the first team All-NCAA? We did. Calvin Mentor as a return man, which is going to give him an even better chance to win the Jet Rogers Return Man Award. In the All-NCAA second team, we have absolutely nobody there. No surprise, really. Freshman team, we had a bunch of those last year, and we're going to get one more this year. It is right outside linebacker Miles Burrow, who is going to be an All-NCAA Freshman of the Year. You love to see that. Over in the MAC, the All-MAC first team, we do get middle linebacker Kaz Cray and return man Calvin Mentor, which, again, is going to boost his stock for the Jet Rogers Return Man Award. Over for the All-MAC second team, we do get running back Baza Beatson to get honored in that category right there. You love to see it. Baza Beatson did have an incredible year. He is our only second team All-Conference player. Now going over the awards, the Maxwell's won by DJ Ugalele. Cameron Carroll wins that. Bednarik is won by Dallas Turner of Alabama. Daniel Robledo wins an award. The O'Brien goes to Ugalele. Carroll getting the Walker Award. No surprises there thus far. Bletnikoff going to Clemson wide receiver E.J. Williams. Corey Dyches, the tight end, winning the Mackey from Maryland. Outland goes to an Alabama player. Trotter of Clemson winning as well in the Remington. The Butkus goes to Dallas Turner. No surprise there. More Clemson players winning awards. We had no chance at the Groza. We haven't had a good kicker at all. The punter award goes to a Georgia player. And there you go. The Jet Rogers Award. Calvin Mentor does get himself that award. Looking at the season-ending stats for our NMU Wildcats, Klink finishes just shy of 3,000 yards, 17 touchdowns, 15 picks. A way worse year for him than last year. Baza Beatson with 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns. So a way better year than he had as a freshman. Hopefully with both of those guys becoming juniors, it will be even better. Rigoberto leads our team for the second year in a row. Leads the team in touchdowns as well with 6, which Brewski was leading last year. There will be some ratings changed based on performance, and that wide receiver group is going to change quite a little bit. You'll see that in a little bit. TNJ has 8 sacks and 18 TFLs. What a year for him. Miles Burrow, no doubt, of course, going to get freshman honors with 4 sacks and 2 interceptions. So he had himself a big year as well. Rivero had 2 interceptions. Kaz Cray with 3. He has remained the captain and leader of the defense at that middle linebacker position. Levi Frost with a forced fumble. Mentor somehow recovered a fumble. I don't know. He's a wide receiver. I don't know how he got on defense. The only safety so far of the series is TNJ's, so we appreciate his performance in that regard. Christian Klump was 10 of 11. Not bad, but we didn't really attempt any field goals we didn't think he could make. Mentor almost 2,000 kick return yards and 4 touchdowns. Devin Hester-esque. As we look at the bowl games, I will just go over the MAC Conference bowl games. Miami, Ohio loses 14-42 to UNLV in the Idaho Potato. They're 0-2 in the last couple of years now. Akron wins 30-17 over Air Force in the Barstool. Toledo wins 38-13 over Southern Miss in the Quick Lane Bowl. NIU wins 28-25 over Arizona State in the Independence Bowl. Ohio loses 14-31 versus Troy in the Citrus Bowl, and Kent State loses 17-21 versus Georgia Southern in the Lending Tree Bowl. One interesting thing is that Akron lost to Air Force in the Idaho Potato Bowl last year. They beat them in the Barstool this year. And there you have Michigan over Clemson, 42-26 in the national championship game. They had a 21-6 halftime lead and just had to stave off Clemson in order to complete the win. Rose Bowl goes to Arkansas, Fiesta to Oklahoma, Sugar to USC, Cotton to Ohio State, and the Orange Bowl to Alabama. We get ourselves a contract extension with Northern Michigan with winning the 5 games. They think it's good enough for us to keep our job, and it's a good thing because I wasn't going anywhere regardless. Looking at coaching changes, there are a few. Akron's head coach McGiven is going to be the head coach at Georgia Southern now. Kent State's head coach Parker is going to go to Michigan State, so a big job for him. NIU D coordinator Kwiatkowski is going to be defensive coordinator for the national champion Michigan squad. Toledo D coordinator Stoops is going to be head coach at Tulsa, and Toledo head coach Candle is going to be head coach at Georgia Tech. We lose a couple of players here. Kendall Bedgood, of course, had a couple of pretty decent seasons for us in that like 3rd, 4th wide receiver type of option. And Levi Frost has been a good player and a veteran in the defense, so we will lose him as well. No transfer requests coming in this season, so we'll have to make do with what we get here in our recruiting. AJ Williams is our lead recruit. We got a couple of big athletes coming in after that, actually a few, and then a big corner recruit, Trevor Johnson, who hopefully will help to improve that secondary quite a bit. We lose Kyle Clay to Alabama. Remember, we lost Nate Grant to Georgia. We showed that last episode. Rashard Montoya is going to go to Pitt. Not that we were really looking for a quarterback. I would have liked Chaz Golden, but he's going to Navy. We'll have to take a look out for Lawrence Williams, who I really wanted. He's going to go to Central Michigan. So some of these guys we will definitely be paying attention to, and we will highlight in the future. Of course, we're going to be playing some of these teams, such as Darren Kane, who decided to go to Western Michigan, who we've beat 2 years in a row, but he decided to go over there and help that squad out. So that is our recruiting class for this season. You will have a chance to take over one of those recruits. All I need from you is, in the comment section, just say, I want to be a recruit, and give me the name. That's all I need, and you may see yourself on the team come the start of next season. Looking at the top classes in the country, and we are just trying to go until we find ourselves in there, and it is getting increasingly tough. We see Rutgers already. There we are, 45th. Well, just for some comparison, last year our recruiting class was 57th, so it went up a little bit to 45th in the nation. But we've only got 2 pipeline states, and that's where we draw most of our talent from, Michigan and Ohio. That has been the goal of the series, really. We may try to build a pipeline in Wisconsin or Minnesota since we have a few people there already. We have some position changes. The athletes. Willie Waters. He really wants to be quarterback, running back, or wide receiver. He wants to touch the ball a lot, so we'll see what we can do for him there. Same thing with Dwayne Mitchell. These are 2 really good athletes. These are 2 guys that really want to be touching the ball a lot. So we'll see what we end up doing with those guys. Steve Estes, however, halfback, wide receiver, but he's really not the fastest. And I really could use him in my defensive backfield. So we're going to throw him at strong safety. He may actually start as a freshman. We'll see how that goes. We don't need this many quarterbacks, and I have not increased Clank's rating yet, which I do plan on doing. So we are going to increase Clank just so that he is not going to be the backup. There he is, 84 overall. The backup will be Mitchell. Baza Beatson will have Waters now as a viable backup running back. We'll still use Mentor probably a little bit coming out of the backfield. We have changed the wide receiver ratings. It is Ski and Phi now that are up there on top. Hornsby had too many drops. Ramirez Jr. will be the best player on the offense. I have not changed any ratings to the offensive line. Quite frankly, I don't think they played that well last year, and we'll see how they do this year. Hartman is a 73 overall. Dill Burt has kind of shown himself as the number 2 defensive end. Hannibal Marbles at a 79. There's Van Gooten, 77. Kaz Cray, the leader of the team and the defense, at 87 overall. Miles Burrow, an 82. He deserves that as an all-freshman conference player. And, of course, our corners is wide open, but we do have Sav Rambo moved up quite a little bit there. He got a little bit of a boost. SDs should start as a true freshman. Christian Klump now is a little bit better than Jason Johnson, who we brought in. And now taking a look at who we might want to redshirt. Looks like we'll redshirt Brandon Brown. That could end up being somebody takes over, as well as Gilliam. He'll take a redshirt this year anyways. We've got way too many receivers. They're all going to be leaving at the same time in a couple of seasons, so that'll be crazy. Our offensive line, we really want to get a little bit better, so we may throw a couple of guys in red shirt so that they can get a little bit of year of studying. Same thing, Andrew Carter, we moved him over to D-tackle. We're going to go ahead and redshirt him as well. And, of course, at corner, we're not going to need Scruggs this year, and we're probably not going to need Swanson either, so let's get them guys a little bit of training and a little bit of beefing. Same thing for Eric Hodges. We're not going to need him or Lewis right now. Estes will start, and Allen can be the backup. Nitrous, our punter, still. With the red shirts all squared away, it's time to look at what the schedule is going to look like next year. And we're going to start out in the big house against the defending national champion and in-state rivals, I guess you could say, the Michigan Wolverines. So that's going to be a tough start. We're probably going to need a week's break after that, so we'll have an open day afterwards before we go take on the other in-state out-of-conference team, Michigan State. Then we're going to go on the road to the number 18 Maryland Terrapins, take a week off, and then we will be at home for number 19 ECU, who lost their bowl game. They're starting the season ranked before we get into conference play. And this year it looks like Ball State is going to be a part of the schedule. This game ain't going to be easy in week number 1, though. Lee Corso, of course, is going to go with Michigan. We have not even kept it close against Michigan the last couple of years. We'll see if we can do that this year. Guys, you let me know what you think in the comments section below. Any score predictions you have against number 1 Michigan, I'd appreciate it. What do you think? What's the record prediction for season number 3? And are you guys ready? Thank you so much to Kaz Cray Gaming, Rigoberto Ramirez, Raider Bear Comics, Christian Horn, Derek Vance, TNJ, and VW Productions for being channel members. And thank you to TClank24 for being an absolute legend in franchise quarterback. If you guys would like to join as a channel member, there are perks as far as players and ratings are concerned. Check that out in the join button below, and I'll see y'all next time.
I feel you bring some